We are live. Hello, we are Glenda and Brett with Team Krupnik.
Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We hope you have either an ice cream maker or some lunch and just have some lunch with us. We figured that since we got this ice cream maker that I asked Brett to get for me because he didn't want to. What didn't you want to get me the $100 one?
Because I think we've got a closet full of appliances that you've gotten not used.
I actually think I donated one of the items that I was looking for recently. That you were like, I think we had.
Yeah. And we're on our second air fryer because we gave away the first one.
But the first one wasn't that good. So, anyways, we have this right here. This is the goodie that we have, and we're just gonna test it live. So there's two bowls.
Yep.
One each. You can make up to a cup, and so we had to put those in the freezer.
They've been in the freezer, so they're ready to go.
Yeah, I've had this for a couple of days, so they've been there for 48 hours or about, but they should be at least a minimum for 24 hours.
But we've never tried this before, so this is really going to be live.
This is going to be a success or a fail. We will see. We will see. Now, we do have lunch going on. So Brett is a calorie tracker kind of person. He realized that. Go ahead and tell him about that.
Yeah, is that blocking our camera?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, our light is blocking
Bella,
our camera.
I think our dog moved this.
All right, there we go. Okay, awesome. It's okay.
There we go. That's still...
I think we can raise it. If we raise it a little bit, you see a little bit of a light in there. Okay, so tell them about the
calorie counting. I'm all about the calorie counting. So my ice cream recipe is going to look different than Glenda's ice cream recipe. She's using heavy whipping.
Hold on, thought. So what comes in here besides the two bowls is the blender, this is what it's in the big ones that causes the churning to make it into ice cream, and this is the other piece. So go ahead, go.
Yeah, so my ice cream recipe is going to look different from hers. She's going to be using heavy whipping cream. She's going to be using I don't know what else you're using. Whole milk, you're using an egg yolk. I'm not using those things. I'm going to be using almond milk. I'm going to be using some zero sugar creamer, and then we're both going to be using some vanilla extract. But I don't know what her calories are going to be, but my 1 cup of ice cream is supposed to come out to less than 50 calories.
Sorry, this is live. This is what happens when we have dogs. Yeah. Let us know if you have any dogs or any pets and you understand.
And then for the lunch, I've got one of my staples, a low-calorie ham and cheese sandwich I'm making. Yours looks much better.
Yeah, so I have been trying different things, and I decided that today I had to use a ground beef, and I've been in the mood for pizza, actually, just in the mood for mozzarella and pepperoni. So I have made a crust out of chicken, and the crust was using chicken that was already cooked. This time, I made the crust out of beef, but the beef is raw. So I'm cooking the beef that I mixed in with 2 eggs, and it was about a pound of beef, mixed it with eggs and seasonings, and then I used half of it. I made a crust that came out into the shape of a heart. Lately, my food has been coming in the shape of hearts. That might be a sign. Yes. So I'm cooking that, and hopefully you'll get to see it. And then in the meantime, we'll make the ice cream. So
she eats dessert first on a regular.
I do generally eat dessert, yes. So it just snaps into this. I'm gonna set it aside and.
Did you push the button and see if it works?
Oh yeah, go ahead, push the button and see if it works.
Oh, it's a very slow churn.
It's very slow.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I think it's very slow because the walls of the cup they're frozen, and it's just supposed to cause the ice cream, the ingredient to turn into.
Yeah, the ingredients are going to slowly freeze because of the bowl.
Exactly.
Because they're not going in frozen.
Now, my friend, I love you, friend. You know who you are. Gave me 2 different recipes, which I'm gonna try. I promise you, I will try those. But just for the sake of reviewing this, I wanted to try the recipe. I just decided that last minute because I bought all the ingredients to make the ice cream you told me to. I decided that I'm going to try this, and the recipe calls for 1 egg yolk, 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to use the stevia sugar. I'm going to use regular whole milk, which I have in the refrigerator. It calls for skim milk, but I drink regular whole milk. And then I'm gonna use heavy whipping cream, which I have, and some vanilla. But on top of that, I'm gonna add, and I defrosted on my stove some cherries. I'm just gonna crush them and add them to the mix. You already.
Yeah, and so the little sticky note is my recipe that I got off the internet, and I've just kind of halved it down so that it'll only make 1 cup. So I'm going to be using 3/4 of a cup of almond milk, which comes out to about 22 calories. I'm going to be using 1/8 of a cup or 2 tablespoons of creamer. It asked me to use soy silk creamer. I didn't find it in the store, so I'm just going to use my plain old zero coffee creamer here. And then I'm going to be using 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, which is just 6 calories. By the way, my creamer is just going to be 20 calories. And then just 1/2 pinch of salt. And that's all mine is. So mine comes out to 48 calories total.
So I crushed my cherries with just a spatula, and now I'm just going to start working on my
Mixture.
Mixture, yes. So I'm gonna put the egg in
I'm
here.
going to start making my lunch sandwich while she's doing that. Today I'm using D'Italiano reduced calorie bread. This one happens to be 40 calories a slice. If you followed any of my other posts, there's another brand of bread I use that's only 35 calories a slice. And I've even found hamburger buns that I use sometimes that are only 60 calories total for the whole bun.
I just added that egg yolk, as you can see. And what else? I'm just gonna start mixing. I'm from Puerto Rico. My mom used to make, we haven't made it in a while. It was called a ponche that was made with the egg yolk and malta and mixed in. It was so yummy. If you are from Puerto Rico or you know someone and you ever try that, let me know. I miss drinking that, but it's very high in calories. Even though I don't count calories, I am a little bit mindful of them. I counted calories for many, many years, and I just got sick of counting, which is why I don't. 1/4 of a cup of sugar. Yeah, here we go. But I do try to be mindful of them. It's not like I just eat uncontrollably, even though I like to be intuitive. I just prefer I've noticed that eating more on a carnivore-ish side helps me better with digestion. Okay, so now I mixed in the sugar. Now we're gonna do 1/3 of a cup of milk, and I'm doing whole milk. Also notice lactate is better for me. When I was drinking the regular milk with lactose, my scalp used to itch, and I had seen some things about the scalp itching I meant to do 1/3 of a cup, not 1/4. So I decided to put it to the test, and I stopped drinking the regular whole milk. I don't want to drink other milk. I want to drink this milk. So I decided to put it to the test and drink the lactate to see if that helps. And it actually has helped with the flakiness of my scalp. I would drink raw milk, but the farms that I can find the raw milk here, I didn't really like. I drank raw milk in one of our trips in England, and it was so good. It was like drinking butter, and it was delicious. But I can't find that milk here that tastes the way that I like, raw milk. And I don't know if all raw milks are different, the same. I think they're different based on what the cow eats. So, anyways, 1/3 of a heavy whipping cream. Shake this. So, maybe I make some changes in my diet in the future, but so far this seems to work for me. Okay, 1/3 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, and I love vanilla. I was watching someone do a vanilla dessert, and they were adding extra vanilla, and I'm like, yep, I love vanilla. It's like the other day I told them, put 2 scoops of vanilla. And he's like, that seems like too much. I'm like, oh, you can never have too much vanilla. I dropped it. Okay. I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't know how much that is, but that's it. Okay, so here we have the mixture. Let me bring it around so you can see. It's just a liquid with some strawberries in there. And I'm going to start churning. And Brett said he's adding his calories to his app.
Yeah, I use my Lose It app and track my calories.
So the Lose It app also, you can also track your macronutrients. The free version doesn't allow you to. Brett uses the free version. You can count the calories. I used to use the paid one where I would track my macros, but just tracking for me, I just needed a break from it. Because I have a bunch of stuff in my refrigerator, I wanted to put it in a bag so I don't have any food smells. This is not the prettiest setting, but we're gonna use it just so that in case of any spills. To make sure to keep any free smells outside of it. So I put it in this bag. I'm gonna keep it and reuse it. Okay, there is a chute inside in here that you can use. So I should rinse this. Let me rinse this. For care instructions, you do not want to put any of this in the dishwasher. You want to wash everything by hand and make sure that the mug that you put in the freezer is completely dry. Okay, just wipe this, although I don't think that's going to touch it. Okay, so how do we, does this lock or do I just set
Yeah, it says.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Turn it to the pins.
There it is. Okay. Okay.
You
And
gotta make sure you have access to that.
yep, I gotta make
You have
sure.
to start it first. It says
All
start the
right,
motor
start
now.
it.
There you go.
There we
Now
go.
you pour it.
It's very quiet. I like that it's very quiet.
Should I set a timer?
Yes, that would be
What do you
great.
want? 10 minutes?
Sure. Let's do 10 minutes.
While she's feeding that into the machine, I'm just going to show you guys real quick on camera. This ham and cheese sandwich is just 225 calories total. I used that light calorie bread I showed you. I used Borden singles because it's only 30 calories a slice. I used some Hillshire ultra thin honey ham because it's only 70 calories for 2 ounces. Threw a little spring mix on there, it's just 5 calories. Put some bread butter pickle chips for extra flavor, just 10 calories. And about a tablespoon and a half of light Miracle Whip, which was 30 calories, so 225 total.
Okay, so that's churning. And everything that I used fit perfectly, even though I added the cherries. That didn't take a whole lot more space. I wish I could bring the camera. We're not there yet where we have a cameraman. If anybody wants to volunteer, we'll be more
I
than
could
happy.
take this, you could add it later.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, grab a little clip so we can add it later.
You zoom in so I don't have my feet.
Huh?
I said I'm zooming in so I don't have my feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that done?
I don't think so. I'm gonna flip it.
either.
I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna switch the wax paper. Okay, my niece is calling me. Hi, niece. Okay. So this is.
Doesn't she follow us and see that we're on live?
I know. You should text her and tell her, join us live. This is, I'm gonna hold the paper. But I'm gonna flip it so that it cooks the opposite side. I think actually it might be done, but I'm gonna flip it. Oh yeah, it's done. It's done. But actually, I'm gonna remove the fat. Even though I like the fat, I'm gonna dry it out. And the reason why is because I want it to be a little bit harder. Okay, I want to see if I can. I just wanted to see if I can pick it up. Look at this. Okay, you can see against my shirt. So that's pretty much done, but I'm gonna replace the wax paper.
I'm still getting used to this. This is wild that she makes pizza crust out of meat. What did you ask me to
The
do?
garbage, can you open the?
Yeah, it's open.
And I'm just gonna assemble it. I'm gonna do it right here, like this. We
You're
can
done
put,
with these ingredients?
yeah, we can put those away. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna add my ingredients.
It's getting thicker. I'll take another follow-up video.
Okay, let me move this. Yeah. Okay, take a look at ice cream. Okay, so I'm gonna put some tomato and basil.
Do you want to put that more on camera? Or move
Yeah.
some of this out the way?
That's fine. I wanted to leave.
It's still on.
Yeah. Okay. This can go in the fridge. Thank you.
Try to give your pizza a little more center.
And now we are going to add the mozzarella. All right, so, and then I am gonna add, I like the thickness of this mozzarella cheese. The pepperonis. Pepperonis go bad kind of quick, so I feel like I have to use this pretty quickly. I noticed that they go moldy quick. Let me know if you think the same way. Okay. If you get these pepperonis. These are Boar's Head pepperonis, which we get at Publix. Okay. And the last thing that I'm gonna do that I haven't done, but I'm gonna do it today, is I'm gonna put a little bit of honey. We went to a.
Put red pepper.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, get me some red crushed red pepper. Yes. We went to a place that sold us a pizza that had
Crushed red pepper.
crushed red pepper with honey on it. It's right there.
I'm sure it is, but I'm just not saying it. It's always right in my face.
There was a saying my mom used to say when we couldn't find anything was, "You'll go to the ocean and you won't find sand."
Oh yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm not a honey eater, but every once in a while I like it.
But that was one of the best pizzas. Where
That was
it
one of the
sweet
best
and
pizzas.
spicy at the same time.
Okay. And now we're gonna put the red crushed pepper and back in the oven. Okay, that's cooking. And where am I with my ice cream?
Just 8 minutes in right now.
8 minutes in, 2 more minutes. Okay. We have an egg white here. What do we make with this egg white?
Half a breakfast for me.
Half of breakfast. Can we save an egg white for breakfast for tomorrow? Would you eat this tomorrow? You should
Probably
be able
you can put it
to.
in the fridge.
I'm gonna put it in the fridge.
Maybe a little saran wrap on top.
Maybe I should put a little salt. Should I put a little salt in it to make sure it stays good?
I don't know anything about that.
Well, salt is a preserver. I'm just gonna put a pinch.
Look it up.
Just gonna put a pinch of salt. If I'm doing this wrong and this could make us ill, let us know in the comments. We'll try to check them before tomorrow. Although you have a good stomach, you can eat anything. Okay, here we go. So, how did I arrive at this eating more high fat and carnivore? For years,
That's my goal.
let's just gonna stay here. For years, I used to eat low fat, low sugar. Low fat, low sugar, low fat, low sugar. Drink lots of sodas to try to stay filled up. I would just not eat enough. I think I used to eat very little calories. Sometimes the less the better, right? Because calories in, calories out, exercise, and I did all kinds of diets. The best diet that helped me lose weight in 1 month, 14 pounds, was Atkins at one point. Did you know that? I did a bet. We did a bet at my job, and we said whoever loses the most in 14 in a month, we pooled money, and we did
But
this.
you gained it all back, probably.
But yeah, of course, I did get it all back.
Diets.
It was a yo-yo dieting. I mean, at the time, it was Atkins, and
lost a bunch of weight.
it was actually like keto. The Atkins back.
10 minutes is up.
I'm 10 minutes up. I'm gonna leave it a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, it still looks watery.
Yeah.
A little liquidy. So what do you want?
Still looks a
5
little.
or 10 more?
Probably 10 more minutes.
Okay.
So it was, 10 more and then we'll look at it. And then the Atkins back then was like dirty keto.
Okay.
It was, I used to eat
No, it's like no carb Atkins.
no carbs, all the fatty foods, like a lot of bacon, a lot of cheese. It was a lot of cheese. But I lost the weight, but I don't think I was fully, I don't know why I did it. I mean, it was
For
a different
me,
time.
with keto, after I lost the weight, I couldn't keep it off because I just loved carbs too much, and I just couldn't forever be without carbs, and so I ended up breaking the keto and gaining all my weight back. So,
I don't love carbs so much. I love carbs. I don't like the way carbs make me feel. I want to feel good. I just want to feel good. I want to feel fit. I want to feel light. I don't want to feel bloated. I don't want to feel like, I have so little energy that I cannot do the things that I want to do. So trial and error. I went carnivore how long ago? Maybe 3 years ago or so. 2-3 years ago, I went carnivore, only meat for months, a few months maybe, before I started to introduce foods back in. Then I kind of went back to eating whatever, whenever. And then I just had we watched a study, Randy Garrett's study, but I was already starting to eat a little bit better and decrease. I was already realizing that it wasn't about a diet for me. I needed to be a little bit more intuitive, listen to my body, and when it, tells me no, even though my mind's like, eat this, I have to remember when I eat it, I feel not good afterwards. So I just had to remember that. I had to realize that this food group or food is not good for me, even though recently I realized that I ate broccoli and it made me feel crappy, but I was craving broccoli, so I bought some broccoli to eat them. I have to find what it is that from the broccoli that I am craving, because that's probably what I am deficient in, and maybe I can find it in a different food group.
I have almost no sensitivity to foods like Glenda does, and for me, the calorie counting worked for years. I had kept the weight off doing it, and then when my father was having some health issues, and I was taking care of him, and eventually he passed. Like during that time, I just started eating convenience and eating a lot more fast food. And started gaining weight, and then I started emotional eating after his pass, and we had a couple other family members that I had to start taking care of that also passed. And so my emotional eating was just off the rails until, like Linda mentioned, we did the study from Randy Garris, and I was realizing that I just wasn't processing my emotions and I was transferring everything to food. And so decided to consciously make more of an effort to deal with my emotions in a healthy way and be able to go back to the calorie counting to not depend on food for comfort and things like that. So I still eat things I love. I still eat Snickers ice cream bars. I still eat cookies. I still eat chips, but I eat everything in portion and within a daily calorie limit that's allowed me currently down almost 18 pounds starting in mid-March. So just eating an under 2,000 calorie a day diet, unless not I don't want to call it a diet, a 2,000 calorie a day limit, because I can put whatever I want within those 2,000 calories. And if I decide I want to eat extra, I want pizza today, I want something else, I can go to the gym or do whatever to burn more calories. And as long as I've eaten less than I've burned, I'm good. So that's been working for me. It makes me happy because I don't have to completely cut out any foods. I don't completely say, can't have carbs, I can't have this. I just limit the intake. So before, maybe on my emotional eating, I would have grabbed a box of cereal and a giant mixing bowl and poured it in and had just giant bowls of cereal or eaten out of a tub of ice cream. Instead, now I'm going to eat a carefully measured bowl of cereal or eat a miniature ice cream bar, get the flavor I want, maybe the craving I'm hitting, but still losing weight. So
Yeah, I admire that about Brett. I admire that he can moderate his food, and that I've always known him for moderating his food. And I admire that. I cannot moderate. I overeat too much. If I have it in front of me, I will eat it. Out of sight, out of mind is for me the motto. So I do not keep any of those foods that I don't want in the house if I can help it. He knows I tell him to hide it, and then once a month, I'll
ladies,
go.
once a month,
I'll go finding that. Yeah, when I have the guests coming into town, ladies, Tom, you know who it is. But he's so unwelcome, but he still shows up every month. So I realized that I cannot moderate. As a matter of fact, I did a video called "Why I Quit Drinking Again," and that could apply for why I quit eating carbs again. Why I quit this habit, or why I did. If you are interested in watching that, that is on Influence for Purpose channel, also in Spanish, Influencia para Propósito. We have it both. So if you want to check that out, you can head on over there, subscribe to that channel. I'm gonna probably be there tomorrow talking about Faith-Filled Friday. I haven't been in a while because I was ill. We were ill after coming back from a trip in England. But I realized that I just overeat. I overeat the carbs. I was sick after coming back from the trip from seeing our daughter and a conference that we were in, and all I could eat was carbs, and I was eating carbs uncontrollably. But that was the only thing I could eat, and it can be such a comfort food for me. So I cannot do carbs, and I rather decrease it or keep it under control. It doesn't mean that I never have them, but I realized that when I have them, I don't feel good. So I decided to never, to aim to not have them. That's a boundary that I set for myself. It's not a diet. I'm not a carnivore. I'm not a keto. I'm not I guess you can call it a low carb if you want to put a name to it, but I just don't like the name diet. I said this before. If you watch our last video, it has the name diet in it. I don't like it. I don't like diets.
For you, it's more instinctual for how you're feeling, for how your gut is. So, like you're saying, when you came back and feeling sick and carbs were the only thing, you went to carbs at that moment because you're listening to your gut and your stomach, and it was settling it for you. So you're eating like unsalted saltines and other types of crackers or breads or things that your stomach was settling with.
Right. So. Yeah. So that's why I like to eat the low carb. Anyways, and so I like to try to eat cleaner ingredients. I do eat some processed foods. Not everything that I eat is processed. I recently found a protein cereal that's processed. So I do have some processed stuff. I just normally will see how I feel after I eat. And if I know that food didn't serve me well, then I will remove it out of my diet entirely. My pizza.
Oh, your pizza.
Oh my gosh, it's done.
Wow, that looks good.
Actually, I'm going to put it back a few more minutes. So it's a little.
So I admit that her food sometimes looks better or tastes better than some of the things I'm doing, but she's maintaining weight. I'm still on a weight loss journey.
Oh, yeah.
Once I get to my target weight, I can increase the number of calories I'm having a day and still maintain the weight I'm at. So when I started originally way back on my weight loss journey, I was 260. I had gotten all the way down to 215 and settled that I was comfortable in like the 220, 225 area. About a minute. More recently, when I restarted this weight loss journey, so that was several years ago when I did that. Recently, when I decided to go on it again, is because I almost hit, was it 250? I think I was just about at 250, and I was like, okay, no, got to get down again. So on the scale today, I was 232 and a half, so I'm down almost 18 pounds from when I started. On this one, I want to get down to, again, at least probably 225 and see if I go lower than that again this time. And I forget what I was saying the first thing. Oh, because of her food. So if I wanted something like that, I could have it. Typically, what I do is save all my calories for a big dinner. That's what works for me. I know a lot of people say eat big in the morning and then eat a very small dinner and go to bed early. That doesn't work for me because I'm hungry late at night, so I'm going to break the diet. So what I do is wake up in the morning, just have coffee, no food. If I'm really hungry, I'll have a low-calorie snack. That's it. 20 minutes. You're going to have to taste test it.
All right.
And real quick, I'll explain. And then I have a low-calorie lunch, like the ham and cheese you just saw, and I save at least 1,000 or more calories for my dinner and dessert. And I go crazy at night and have a big dinner, and I can eat all the way up into bedtime as long as I'm within my calories. And that's what works for me because I go to bed full and satisfied.
I don't like to go to bed that full. Okay. So, right here. Okay. Can I have a napkin? Forgot which direction. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can listen. Okay, now I suppose that I'm not sure that this is the consistency. I mean, it looks more like a
slushy, a milkshake.
Yeah, like a milkshake. So if I don't have a container to put it in the freezer. I wonder if I put some in the freezer and then if the consistency, if it would turn to ice cream. But this is not creamy. It's not ice cream. If you own one of these and I've done something wrong, please let me know. But I will taste it. It tastes good. I'm not going to make it in the freezer.
What did you say? Your mouth was full.
It's not going to make it in the freezer.
Oh, you're going to finish it before it goes to the freezer.
I think so. Let me see.
All right. I'm going to start my mix, which I also have a feeling is not going to get so tight or creamy because I'm not using any high-fat stuff. I'm not even using an egg yolk. But if it comes out as a yummy milkshake, I'm okay with that too. So mine is going to be straight vanilla. So I'm going to start with 3/4 of a cup of almond milk.
It tastes really good.
Whoops. Could you get that for me? Okay, now I need 2 tablespoons of my creamer. There's a little over. Okay. And I need just 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And it says like 1/2 pinch of salt. Oh, this has a cap on it. You know what? I'm going to skip this kosher salt. Just go with the table salt we got.
It's gonna have pepper in it.
Oh. I see what you're saying. Okay, I'll just pour this one into my hand. It's fine.
Here.
I'll pour this one into my hand.
That one's kosher, I think.
Isn't it supposed to be? It said sea salt.
Okay.
This will be fine.
That seems like a lot of salt.
It said 1/2 pinch. That was 1/2 pinch. Okay. That's it for my mix. So I'm gonna get my bowl and we're gonna get started. And my bowl seems super frozen, ready to go. Okay. Open latch.
Right here.
Thank you. Ah, that's much better. Okay. Here we go.
How many calories?
48 calories.
Wow, that's good.
Yep. So just to recap, it was just 22 calories for 3/4 of a cup of almond milk. It's just 20 calories for 2 tablespoons of my zero creamer. It's just 6 calories for 1/2 teaspoon of organic vanilla extract, and then the pinch of salt. So we're gonna see what this straight vanilla tastes like. Now, if this comes out tasting good, there are some variations I could do. I don't know how many calories your cocoa powder is, but it was saying things like I could pour cocoa powder in to make it a chocolate ice cream. There are other things I could add. I was even thinking, sorry, just one sec. I was even thinking, since it's a straight vanilla ice cream, I've got my little 45 calorie bag of Fruit Loops with marshmallows. I could throw that on top, and then it would be 90 calories instead of under 50, kind of a snack.
This tastes like melted ice cream. You know when it starts to melt? Which I don't mind. I do like melted ice cream.
When I was a kid, I used to play with ice cream until it was
melted.
melted.
And then I would eat it. Me too. So this is good.
Like we were meant to be together. Oh, I should set the timer for this.
Yeah.
So
My pizza.
She keeps forgetting about her pizza.
Oh, now it's. I think I'll leave it a little bit longer.
Looks really good.
I'm gonna stop it and just let it sit there. Yeah, this is really good actually. I wonder how many.
Start putting the ingredients back in the
I wonder
fridge.
how many calories is in mine.
We can figure it out.
Can you help me?
Yep, I can.
This is really good.
Okay, what was your first ingredient?
Right here.
Oh, my dog. She sees a bird outside. Okay.
All right, we're gonna calculate how many calories in mine versus bread that have 40.
Okay. So starting Glenda's egg yolk. The yolk itself is 50. And then oh, but you didn't use sugar. You
I did not.
Right. Okay, so you went with stevia, so at least that was 0, because the recipe called for a 1/4 cup of sugar, and maybe that was part of the reason it didn't solidify.
What?
Because you used the stevia instead of the sugar.
Instead of sugar?
I'm not sure.
Huh. Maybe?
You used whole milk. Lactose. So, and we used 1/3 of a cup.
It does satisfy the ice cream craving. I will say that. They satisfy the ice cream craving for sure. So now, oopsie.
And you use just 1/3 of a cup of the lactate?
Huh?
You use just 1/3 of a cup of the lactate, like it says here?
Lactate?
Lactate, milk.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And the heavy whipping cream is 52.
I think I could have probably left it alone. Because I put the water in there to wash it, and the water is freezing. Okay.
Oh, so you think if you just mixed it longer than 20 minutes, it would have worked?
Maybe. All right, I'm gonna. Actually, I didn't mind it for whenever I'm craving ice cream. I think this is a good option. I don't like to keep ice cream in the house. So this is a good alternative. It's just gonna take 20 minutes, which is however long it would take me to run to the store to grab an ice cream. I can probably make some ice cream ahead of time and store it. I'm gonna try to do that and see if the consistency will stay, you know. But I'm gonna put it back in the freezer and it's just gonna stay there until my next ice cream. And I am actually not hungry for lunch, but I'm gonna save it for my dinner, I think. But I am gonna show you what it looks like.
Wow, so it says your heavy whipping cream
Yeah.
is 5 1/3 tablespoons. Well, that can't be right. She should have asked for my help.
Dishwasher.
Glenda, you still have a dish hanging above your head about the.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so the big thing in yours is that the 1/3 of a cup of heavy whipping cream is 276 calories, just for that.
Okay.
Hey, mine sounds like it sounded like it's getting heard, but it doesn't look like it's getting heard. And how much vanilla extract did you put? It says a few drops. Well, it doesn't matter. It's probably just like 5 calories.
This is my pizza. Look at that beauty.
That is amazing looking.
I
am jealous.
I'm not gonna eat it now because I'm not hungry right now. I'm gonna save it. I'll have to head out for work and come back. I'm gonna save it and eat it for my dinner. But it smells really good with the honey on it.
It does. Okay, I'm not sure how many cherries you had. I'm gonna call it 1/3 of a cup.
Yeah, about 1/4 of a cup.
1/4 of a cup. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. All right, so your ice cream, mostly because of the heavy whipping cream. Wow, my thing was like spitting stuff out. Comes out to about 400 calories.
Okay.
Where mine was 50.
Okay.
So big difference there.
Now, why
mine
that
totally looks liquid and mine is kicking stuff out. There is like icy stuff at the top. God bless you. Why do they keep kicking stuff out?
I don't know.
Look, it's
Oopsie.
kicking
Put it
stuff
right
in.
there. Is this?
I didn't take a video of it.
That's weird. All right.
Maybe I should take a video.
Why am I not scared to eat all of those calories? I'm just gonna put this here because it's jumping off, so I'm not sure why the ingredients. Why am I not scared to eat all of those calories? Because I want fats. I want fats. I want protein. I want these things. So that's why I'm not scared to eat them. Because this is gonna keep me so satisfied. As you can see, like for breakfast, I had cottage cheese. Probably maybe about 1.5 to 2 cups of cottage cheese, I think.
Well, I had no breakfast.
With about half a cup of blueberries that I melted or made them soft and warm on the stove, and that was my breakfast. Now my lunch was this 400 calories, and then my dinner is gonna be that pizza, and then I'm gonna stop eating after dinner. This is gonna be my lunch. Yeah, that's gonna be
That's
my
almost
lunch.
kind of a low calorie way to eat, also, though, because
Yeah.
if she's just gonna have that.
Because that fat, if I would have had other kinds of desserts, I would still want to eat. This dessert is so satisfying that I don't need to eat. It's kind of like having a shake. It's kind of like having a shake. I mean, even if I did have, how many is my dinner
I have
calories?
no idea.
Yeah,
A lot, half a pound of meat.
half a pound of meat.
Plus.
The pepperoni plus the cheese plus the sauce plus
It's gonna be a lot.
Okay, let's calculate it. Let's calculate it. I probably had 1/4 cup of cheese, and then I had about.
So it's going to be about 340 calories just for the ground beef. Half a pound of ground beef, about 340.
Okay, and then I had 2 servings of this. 2 servings of this. And yeah, so we're trying to figure out how many calories for my high fat, higher protein meal to see what it compares to bread.
2 servings, like 32 slices?
No, I had 2 servings. So what is it? No.
Yeah, it says 32 slices.
32. Oh no, then just 1 serving. 1 serving. 1 serving of pepperoni. 1 serving of this.
Only a 1/4 cup?
About a 1/4 cup, yeah. About a half a spoon of
Honey?
About a half a spoon of honey.
What would you call it? A tablespoon?
What do you guys eat? What do you eat? Do you eat regular low carb? Do you eat regular? Are you on a diet? Let us know in the captions. Let us know in the comments below.
You call it a tablespoon of honey?
About a tablespoon of honey. We're gonna be extra.
Is that it?
So we got the sauce. We got the sauce, which is about a half a cup, 45 calories for a half a cup. I should count the macros. I count the macros, the protein and the fat, although I don't count it. I just eat based on my intuition. But okay, so we're trying to count. He's trying to add the calories.
If it says 665,
okay,
if it's only 665, that's kind of what I would eat for dinner.
Okay, let's say that this pizza.
I might have you make the other one for me.
Let's say that this pizza is right here.
That's 665. That's a good deal, actually.
600 to 700 calories.
You know what? Because you use the meat probably instead of bread.
Plus, my lunch was what?
400. So
And
that's
then-
still only 1,000 calories.
And my breakfast was 2 cups. My breakfast was 2 cups of cottage cheese, which was one. It was half of this.
No, just read the side cups.
Wait. Half a cup. 1, 2, 3, 480. 480. 480. Yeah. 480.
Okay.
And then half a cup of cherries. Half a cup of cherries is
That was for
45.
breakfast, or that
Yeah,
was like,
breakfast. 45. Just make it 90 calories, which is 1 cup of cherries.
now that puts you a little higher. Let's
Okay.
see.
Now, I could want to lose weight. I just don't want to starve. I want to be satisfied, but I don't want to gain any weight.
You're still only at 1635.
1635. That's good.
That is good.
1600 calories a day. I think that's good. Some people say,
I don't think my timer went off.
some people say that for eating fats and protein, and for someone probably my weight and size, 5'6", 180 something pounds, that I should eat about 100 calories. That's too much food, but sometimes I do eat that much. But this is about what my day looks like. So my day looks like between 16
That's right.
16 to 2100
when you just
calories.
added up that pizza only being 665, I want you to make the other one for me for that.
Okay.
That looks good.
Yeah, okay. And but that doesn't count the calories from that I drink the coffee. It doesn't count my coffee calories. So
I'm gonna show
I think it's about 2,000.
my kind of pizzas.
It's about 2,000 calories what I eat a day, probably.
So I want a pizza. Typically, I do something like this: Trader Joe's ready to make barbecue chicken pizza, because I know that if I eat the whole pizza, it's $8.70. So for me, I can budget that. But yours, yeah, that's great.
So, anyways, I like the way mine feels. I feel like my food has substance. I'm not eating prepackaged food most of the time, because sometimes I do. And I feel satisfied. So this is the best way. Now, if you have struggled with dieting and you are frustrated with the way that you are eating, but you are also sick of dieting, we want to help you get to a place where you can find the foods that serve you best and create boundaries around those foods. In the same way that I created boundaries and I said, alcohol is not good for me, I am not going to have any alcohol. That was a boundary. And it was from that boundary that I was like, you know what? I don't have to have this food. I don't have to have this food group. It's okay. It serves me. It doesn't serve me. So I created those boundaries, and that's what helped me ditch the diet mentality. And now
it's also realizing, like,
Right.
me, what are your motivations for turning to food? I think so many of us turn to food as a comfort for the wrong reasons, for whatever it is that we're dealing with. If we learn how to deal with those things rather than turning to food, we won't be turning to food as much. So the free resource that Glenda's talking about helps you just track and realize what's going on and make mindful decisions about your eating.
Yep, it is from a biblical perspective. And we set out, when we came to this realization, we set out to, you know what? Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes out of the mouth of God. We are going to set boundaries. Food is not going to control us. And he realized his boundary is, I'm going to track my calories, and that's going to make me feel good. I'll be able to eat whatever I want, but I'm going to set that boundary for myself. And I said, I'm not going to have carbs. Carbs do me no service. And that's the boundary that I set for myself. Plus, I don't drink alcohol, and I try not to eat processed food. So anyways, all right.
We're going to give this a try.
We're going to stop this, and
it looks fairly
the motor
liquidy.
is kind of hot.
Oh.
All right, I'll let you open it.
Is it frozen? Is it frozen on here? I can't seem to turn it.
This,
do you know which way it goes?
I think it's this way. Okay, Dash. This is what's. There we go. Okay, how did you get it? Okay.
One of those ways.
All right, now.
All right, so this is interesting. There is
bring
some
it closer
stuff.
to the camera. Bring it closer to the camera.
Oh my gosh, how much spilled out?
Yeah, it's spilled out. A lot of it spilled out.
So there is some icy stuff at the top on the ridge that I'm going to be able to take, but all the stuff in the middle is liquid.
Yeah.
So the one at the top is a little too icy. So let me try what's in the middle.
We should have tasted each other's just to compare. I'd say what we did. It's okay.
You also put cherries in yours, and I like cherries.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. This is just kind of almond milky. It doesn't. I mean, it's vanilla-y. If it was totally frozen, I could see that it's like a low-cal version of vanilla, but I may have to invest a few more calories in a different recipe to find something that's gonna solidify. And
Now, I wonder if we put this in a container in the freezer and freeze it, if the consistency will.
I mean, I'm still eating it because it's still.
So, anyways,
it's a French vanilla.
Can you stay up here because you're leaking?
Dripping.
Yeah, you're.
It's a French vanilla flavored slushy, basically.
So the way you rinse this is just soap and water. Don't put this whole motor under the water, obviously. And also, it doesn't go in the dishwasher. This does not go in the dishwasher, and neither does this. None of the parts are dishwasher safe. So just know that this was $30.
I think it was
no, $39. It was $39.99. But we had seen a bigger one piece in the store that I wanted to get that he didn't get me at the time, for $29.99, and it was gonna make, I don't know how much, maybe a pint of ice cream. I like this better because it's one cup, and I like things that are in small portions so that I don't overeat. So what do I give this? 1 out of 10. 5?
Gosh, it feels a little too soon with just one recipe, but it didn't. It advertised that within about 20 minutes it would be ice cream, and hers wasn't.
No. It was melted ice cream.
Yeah.
It was melted ice cream, but we'll give it a 5 because it mixed it well and it tasted good. I think what I want to do is next time I'm gonna make one, put it in the freezer, and have one stashed up for whenever I'm in the mood, and then see if that comes
maybe you can test it. You mix 2 bowls and put one in the freezer.
Put one in the freezer and eat it, right? Yeah. Exactly. So that's what we so 5 out of 10. Dash 5 out of 10. We have to give you on this particular one. We have another one that we haven't used, which is a pie, an easy pie from Dash. Next time we'll make pies and see. So if you are interested to see how the mini pie maker works, make sure you subscribe and you put the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. We're gonna probably try the pie one next. But this is 5 out of 10. I would keep it though. I'm not gonna return it. I actually like it, even though it's a 5 out of 10. I am gonna make it ice cream again. I'm gonna test different ice cream. The consistency was a consistency that I used to make my ice cream become. So I'm good with that. I'd rather that than to put it in a blender and have a protein shake, actually.
Sorry, Dash. I'm probably just going to go with like a prepackaged Snickers ice cream bar for 170 calories.
Yeah, well, then that means I have both of these cups for me, which I'm okay with that. Anyways, thank you for joining us. Let us know what you had for lunch. I'm going to have my lunch for dinner because this ice cream really satisfies. Make sure you follow us on all the social media accounts. We're on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And we have a second channel, Influence for Purpose to Live with Faith-Filled Intention, in God's word, in God's word and His ways, and you can go check that out. We're also at Influencia para Propósito in Spanish, and we're also on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Join us. Send us any questions you have, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a blessed day. Bye. Give us your review.